Hello and welcome back to Road TRIpVIA, the once-a-day road trip trivia quiz. Today's episode is number 953. We are inside the final 50. This is part 48. Today's quiz was sent in by Trish and Tom. I know those names sound familiar. They're one of the biggest contributors to this channel. They've wrote a ton of quizzes. This is their 21-question random trivia quiz submitted for the Final 50 challenge. You're going to love it. Good luck! Question number 1. The world's first animated film star, a black and white feline, first appeared in a 1919 black and white silent short, Feline Follies, as Master Tom. In his third film, he received his well-known name, and in 1959, his Bag of Tricks. What is this wonderful, wonderful cat called? The answer is Felix. Question number 2. Marty Robbins sings of a man who falls in love with a Mexican girl. One night in Rosa's cantina, he sees her flirting with a cowboy and in a jealous rage shoots him dead. He flees but returns to see the girl again and is killed by a posse. Out in what West Texas town did this happen? Out in the West Texas town of El Paso. El Paso is the answer. Question number 3. Rice has been cultivated for 13,000 years. The laborious process of polishing the rice with a mortar and pestle made it a luxury only the rich could afford until modern machinery meant everyone could eat polished rice, which caused an epidemic of thiamine deficiency called what? The answer is beriberi. Question number 4. This fast-growing poplar is Kansas's state tree, and many places are named for it, as well as for its Spanish name Alamo. It gets its name from its seeds, which are attached to a soft, white, fibrous substance that carries them along with the breeze. What is this popular poplar? The Kansas state tree is the cottonwood. Question number 5. The longest international border in the world at 5,525 miles is between the U.S. and Canada. 13 U.S. states and 8 Canadian provinces share it. Alaska is not on the line, and neither is the Canadian province that it borders. What Canadian province borders Alaska? The answer is the Yukon. Question number 6. The Myrtles, a plantation house in San Francisville, Louisiana, is said to be home to at least 12 ghosts. The most famous is Chloe, supposedly a slave who poisoned the master's wife and daughters with a cake containing the leaves of a common shrub. What was the pretty but poisonous plant? The answer is oleander. Question number 7. Tradition has it that in the Mosel River village of Zell in Germany, a black cat aggressively guarded a barrel of Zell wine, ignoring other wines stored nearby. Local merchants assumed that the Zeller wine must be the best and bought more. What is the name of this cat-approved brand? The answer is Schwarzkopf. Question number 8. This blue dog with a southern drawl starred in a cartoon show from 1958 to 61. He likes to sing Clementine, although not very melodiously. Yogi Bear, a character in one episode, was so popular he got his own show. Who is this tone-deaf doggy? His name is Huckleberry Hound. Question number 9. These flying bugs appear in spring and early fall. Harmless to humans, they can wreak havoc on paint as swarms of passionate pairs joined tail to tail flit around smashing into vehicles. What are these amorous insects called? The answer is love bugs. Question number 10. Frito and Spam undertake a dangerous mission, facing encounters with a thesaurus, a ball hog, and some sheep-riding Huns in this parody of Tolkien's masterpiece. Published in 1969, it has been translated into 11 languages and is still in print. What is its title? I'm going to have to get on Amazon and find this one. It's called Lord of the Rings. Sounds good. Question number 11. This Warner Brothers cartoon extraterrestrial speaks in a calm, nerdy voice while saying things like, "Prepare yourself for immediate disintegration." Dressed in a helmet and a short skirt, he apparently hails from the planet named for the Roman god of war. What is his name? His name is Marvin the Martian. And question 12, a cryptid of Cajun legend. It is not at the mercy of the moon, but can transform at will. If it bites you, or if you neglect to fast during Lent, you will also transform, but only for 101 days. It is a formidable beast, but is afraid of frogs. What is this creature, mon ami? It is called a loup-garou, similar to a werewolf. Question number 13. The rainiest city in the U.S. has about 60 wet days per year and an average annual rainfall of 67 inches. Founded in 1702, it was a colony of France, Great Britain, and Spain before joining the U.S. in 1813. What is this showery city? The answer is Mobile, Alabama. Question 14. Fingal's Cave in Scotland's Inner Hebrides is formed of hexagonal basalt columns which so impressed a romantic composer that he wrote an overture about it in 1830. The melody is heard on the 1940s cartoons about Inky and the Mynah Bird. What is this composer's name? The answer is Felix Mendelssohn. Question 15. He was the first black justice of the U.S. Supreme Court, where he successfully argued against racial segregation in cases such as Brown versus Board of Education. He also supported abortion rights and opposed the death penalty. Who was he? The answer is Thurgood Marshall. Question 16. In their first movie, they had an excellent adventure, but in the sequel, they are killed by evil robot versions of themselves and have to defeat death in order to get back to San Dimas and save the babes. What is this movie sequel called? The answer is Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. Question 17. No river or mountain range separates these two U.S. cities in two different states. The state line runs right through the shared courthouse and post office building. What is the shared name of these two unusual cities? On the border of Arkansas and Texas, the city is Texarkana. Question 18. Gordon Lightfoot sang of a freighter that sank in Lake Superior in 1975 with all 29 crewmen. The wreck was located in 530 feet of water. Her bronze bell is now at the Great Lakes Shipwreck Museum in Michigan and is rung on the anniversary of the sinking. What was this famous ship called? The answer is the SS Edmund Fitzgerald. Question 19. This war leader was the son of Chief Peta Nakona and his wife Cynthia Ann, a white woman who was kidnapped as a child and assimilated into the tribe. The U.S. Army finally forced his and other tribes to a reservation in Oklahoma where he died in 1911. Who was this last chief of the Comanche? His name was Quanah Parker. Question 20. The 1,954-mile border between the U.S. and Mexico touches only 4 U.S. states, mainly because of the 1,247-mile Texas border. Of the 6 Mexican states that border the U.S., 4 border Texas: Coahuila, Nuevo Leon, Tamaulipas, and what other for which a popular little dog is named? The answer is Chihuahua. Alright, that is it for today. Thank you for watching today's episode of Road TRIpVIA. This was part 48 of the final 50. Like I said at the beginning of this video, today's quiz was submitted by Trish and Tom. Trish and Tom have submitted a ton of quizzes to this channel. They've really been a big part of probably the last couple hundred episodes. I know they've definitely filled in a lot of spots when I was getting too busy with packing, getting ready to move. They've done a lot. This is their submission for the Final 50 challenge. Good luck to Trish and Tom in the drawing. A lot of people have asked me, what's the plan for after episode 1000? I mean, the final 50 sounds pretty ominous, and I gotta be honest, originally I was only gonna do 100 episodes, then I decided to do a year, and then after a year I decided I was gonna do 1,000 episodes and then wrap this channel up. But, like the other goals that I had, I don't think that's gonna be it either. I think I'm gonna hit episode 1000 and then I'm going to take a nice short break, like maybe just a couple weeks, or maybe I'll switch down to a couple episodes a day or a couple episodes a week. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do after 1000. I will keep it going, and then actually in 2023, starting January 1st, I plan on getting right back to the one a day, every day trivia format. So episode 1000 only sounds ominous. I thought it would be a good time for a trivia quiz or a trivia challenge because I'm in the middle of moving. We're bouncing all over the country right now, visiting family, hitting some vacation time. When I get back to Dayton, I'll be able to settle down a little bit more and kind of get my feet under me, get my new studio set up, and hopefully really take this whole channel to the next level. So if you're wondering if it's over after 1,000, it is not. That's just a good round number to have the final 50 challenge, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I've had several people email me, a couple people comment. I just want to let everybody know we are proceeding past episode number 1000. But before we finish that, let's finish this. Episode 953. This is question 21, the tiebreaker for the final 50, part 48. Let's end on a happy note. In 1846, a group set out for California, unwisely following a new route that proved slow and difficult. A heavy snow trapped them in the Sierra Nevada, where, contrary to lurid stories, they did not kill and eat each other, though many of the starving people did eat the dead. What was the name given to this group of unfortunate pioneers? Trish and Tom bringing the happy stories to the trivia channel. The answer to this group of unfortunate pioneers, they call that group the Donner Party. If you're not familiar with that story, feel free to look it up on Wikipedia. You'll think of it every time you travel, and you'll remember to bring extra snacks. But that is it for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your patience as I know, releasing these at all sorts of different hours. I'm a little behind. Don't have a lot going on, but I don't have a lot of ability to sit down in front of the computer and bang these out. So it is a huge help that people like Trish and Tom have submitted these quizzes. Otherwise, I'd be so far behind, I wouldn't be able to catch up. So from me to you, the people who are writing these quizzes, thank you. From me and the people writing these quizzes to the people watching these quizzes, thank you. That's why we're doing it. See you tomorrow for part 47.